Hi, welcome. I'm Lorelai of Namasturm Yoga. Today I've got a mini vinyasa practice for you that you can get done in far less time than a full practice, but we'll still get in everything we need. So I get it, you're at home, you don't want to spend a lot of time doing the yoga, but you want it to be worth the time it takes to unroll your mat and put on something comfy. So let's do it. So let's come to the mat and we're going to start off in a standing forward fold. So take your feet to the top of the mat, have them about hip distance, just soften your knees and just let yourself hang here. So first thing we're doing, just allow the upper body to dangle. The knees are really soft. Don't worry about straightening up the backs of the legs or stretching the hamstrings here. If your hands hit the floor, grab your elbows. If they don't, you don't have to do that. Let everything go. Loosen up the neck, nod and shake the head a little from side to side, sway the torso, whatever feels good here. And then release the elbows. Keep the feet about hip distance, bend the knees, and we're just gonna roll up really nice and slow. Coming all the way up to standing. Take a moment to take the shoulders back and down. And now here we're going to start to work with our Ujjayi breathing practice, and we're going to follow the breath with movement. So slight narrowing of the back of the throat on an inhale. Reach the arms out and up. And then as you exhale, swan dive forward over the legs. Bend the knees at the bottom. Inhale, roll on up. Reach the arms at the top. One breath per movement. Exhale, forward fold. Starting with the vinyasa right away. Inhale, roll up so the spine is rounded. And then exhale, let yourself really reach with the chest as you fold. Bend the knees, roll on up. And exhale, forward fold. Let's add in a little side stretch at the top now. So inhale, come on up, grab your right wrist and exhale over to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, inhale. Roll on up, we'll go the other way. So grab your left wrist, exhale over to the right. Inhale, come up, and exhale, forward fold. Go ahead and stop at the bottom here. Let's step the right foot back. Take it all the way to the back of the mat, lower your right knee down, extend those back toes. You're in a low lunge, so as you come up, sink the hips forward towards the front heel. And if this is tough on your back knee, you could pad that knee. Let's take the arms up. Maybe interlace the fingers, point the fingers towards the ceiling. Move the heart forward and the arms next to your ears. Press into the top of that back foot. Make sure you're still breathing. Vinyasa follows the breath, so we want to have that established. And then take your hands to the floor. Take your left knee back to meet the right. And almost imagine you're like diving under a fence. So start to drop your head, bend your elbows, scoop your chest through, and then take a cobra, and maybe just a baby cobra, or if you're ready, you can come up to a full cobra. But in either case, the elbows are soft. There's space between the ears and shoulders. Breathe. Now tuck toes, lift knees and hips. First downward facing dog. So we're here already. Take a little time. Bend one knee, let the opposite leg straighten. Fingers spread nice and wide, hips as high as you can get them, chest leans back. Make sure you're still breathing. Now from here, we're going to take the right leg into the air. Take it up high, open the hip and bend the top knee. Point the knee to the sky, heel drops to the left hip. But keep the shoulders level up front. Look forward, step the right foot all the way up between the hands. Make sure it doesn't get stuck halfway in the middle of your mat so that your knee stays over your ankle, lower your left knee. And we're going to do the side stretch or the low lunge on the other side. So hips might start off over the back knee, but then try to lunge it forward. Take the arms up. Now go ahead and take your hands behind your head. Lean your head into your hands. Lift your heart. Pull the elbows wide. Breathe. Lunging forward. Weight into the top of the back foot so that the knee doesn't have to take it all, although you could be patting the knee if you need to. And then unlace your fingers, fingertips to the floor, tuck your back toes, step forward, coming to a forward fold. Walk the feet together, big toes touch, heels slightly apart. Take a flat back, half lift, reaching head away from tail. Exhale, folding down deep, reverse your swan dive. Come on up with a flat back, reach the arms. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Following in vinyasa style, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Now we're going to step the left foot back, but instead of taking the knee down, we're going to come all the way to a high lunge, front knee over the ankle. This is crescent pose. Help yourself out by gazing at a single point ahead of you to help with the balance. Energy through the fingers with soft shoulders. Pull the navel back towards the spine so that the torso is really strong. Now let's take the left hand to the floor inside the right foot. Easy twist. Turn open to the right stack. The shoulders look up towards your top thumb. Keep reaching through that back leg nice and strong. Now we can come out of this. Right hand to the floor. Let's step to plank. Shoulders over wrists. Reach through the heels. Reach through the head. Pull that navel up into the body. Nice and long here. Now plank. We can lower to the floor. We can take chaturanga or knees down first. Up to you, but as you move forward, think of letting your shoulders come forward and the elbows stay over the wrists, coming down. And then inhale, there's another cobra here. Exhale, we're back into downward facing dog and breathe. Let's take the left leg up now. Open the hip and bend the top knee. So as we did earlier with the other side, keep the shoulders level as you point that knee up. And then look forward between the hands and step the foot forward. Come on up. High lunge side 2. Front knee over ankle. So we've got our left foot forward this time. Again, pull the navel in. Maybe even think of dropping your tailbone down, but that back leg stays straight. So notice if you tend to bend your back knee, straighten and strengthen your back leg as you lunge deeper into the front. And then keep the legs, take your right palm to the floor. Fingers and toes line up here, so try not to take it ahead of or behind your foot. Take that left arm up, turn open, stack the shoulders, gaze up if it feels okay for your neck. We're about to go into some sun A's, so then we'll really get our full body warm up going. Now turn to the floor. Let's just step forward. So step your right foot up to meet the left. Big toes touch, heels slightly apart. Inhale, half lift for flat back, Ardha Uttanasana or half forward fold. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, press the feet, reverse swan dive. Come on up. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart for a moment. Close the eyes. Tune into your breath. Now following that breath right into your first sun A. Open the eyes, inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, long forward fold. Inhale, take that half lift again, flat back. Exhale, stepping to plank, lowering either chaturanga or knees down first. Inhale, cobra, or if you're ready, you can take up dog, just tops of the feet on the floor. Exhale, roll over the toes, coming into down dog. Take a couple breaths here. We're gonna make our down dogs pretty short so we can just keep flowing. Inhale, look to the front of the mat. Exhale, step or hop those feet. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, fold down deep. Inhale, press the feet, reverse swan dive, come up. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. We're gonna do a few more, really just getting ourselves flowing. Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. So you're stepping back and lowering on the same exhale. Inhale, right to your back bend. Exhale, down dog. Let's just take one inhale in down dog. Exhale, step or hop forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale, palms together. Let's keep going. So if your breath pace does not match my pace of cueing, Please feel free to just honor your breath. This is your practice. Make it your own. Same sequence, lowering chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. One inhale. Exhale, step or hop it forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold down deep. Inhale, reverse swan dive. One more time through. Follow your breath. Inhale and exhale. And again, you might be going at a different pace than me. That's okay. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. One inhale. Exhale, step or hop forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Now stay in your fold. Bend the knees toward the toes. Sink the hips down. Let's come to chair pose. Utkatasana. So we've still got a sense of navel in, tail down, but we're letting the hips drop to the floor and knees over toes. Arms are up. Reach through it. One more inhale here. You should feel this in your quads. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, Ardha, and we're going right back into Vinyasa. We're going to start to add on this time. Lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Now take the right leg into the air. Keep the hip nice and square. So the toes are flexed down. The leg is straight. Reach up through the heel. Breathe. Look to the front of the mat. Step your right foot forward. Take your back heel and pivot it down. That's coming up warrior one. So square the hips forward. Gaze up. Energy through the fingers. Lunge deep into the front knee. And we're going to hit a lot of our warrior poses here right off. So we're going to go from warrior one to warrior three. So keep the gaze. Keep your balance. Start to lean in. Now, as you're ready to go to warrior three, you can either keep the arms extended or bring your palms together in front of the heart, but move the gaze to the floor. Float the back leg up. Reach through the back heel. Now, we're actually going to go from warrior three to half moon. If you use a block, you can do that, but maybe not. Maybe just take those right fingers down right under your shoulder, and then take your left hand to your hip to open you up. And take the top arm up. Possibly, you can keep your hand on your hip if you need to. Stack your shoulders, stack your hips. And then bend the front knee. Step all the way back. So really reach for the back of the mat. So that front knee stays bent right over the ankle. Come on up, warrior two. Arms out at shoulder height. Front heel and back arch. Line up. Look over your front fingertips. The shoulders are stacked over the hips, and see if you can drop your left hip a little. Keep the sides of the body nice and long. Make sure you can see your big toe peeking out from inside of your front knee. Turn the front palm up. Reverse the warrior. Stretching back. Breathe as you lunge forward. And then let's go to extended side. So the legs aren't really changing here between these three poses. Warrior two, reverse warrior, and extended side. It's just a difference in the upper body. Rest the forearm on the thigh. Space between the ear and shoulder, so don't let yourself start to collapse it down. Top arm overhead, creating a diagonal. Now we'll come out of this, reverse warrior again. Keep lunging forward, and then hands to the floor. Take a vinyasa here, and we're gonna go into the other side. So let's take the left leg into the air. So again, the hip's gonna be really square, toes flex down, reach through the hands, lift through the heel, try to keep the hips level, and then look forward, step that left foot up. Right heel goes down, come on up, warrior one. So again, squaring off forward, outer edge of the back foot presses down. Breathe. Now we're gonna lean into this. The back heel is still down at this point. You can start to move your gaze a little downward and either keep the arms outstretched or bring the palms together if that's a little easier. Lean in, lean in, lean in. Float the back foot up. Reach through the heel, reach through the hands, reach through the head. Try to level out your hips. And then we're gonna go to half moon. So see if you can keep your right leg in the air, right where it is. Place the left fingers on the floor. Hand right under the shoulder, right hand to your hip. Turn open, stacking everything open to the side. Take the top arm up. Maybe. Push through the lifted heel. Now coming out, bend the front knee, step back, reach for the back of the mat, coming to warrior two. Front heel and back arch line up in warrior two. Arms at shoulder height. Square up your hips, level off your shoulders, look over the front fingers. So the difference between warrior one and warrior two is similar to the difference between warrior three and half moon. So think about that for a moment. Turn the front palm up, reverse. Lunge deep into the front knee, look towards your lifted fingers, and then extended side. So forearm to your left thigh, top arm overhead, and if you want to include the gaze, your head now turns to look up towards your right fingers. Drop your right hip. And then reverse, stretch it back, and hands to the floor, vinyasa. Now, we're gonna throw these all together. We're gonna go really, it'll feel fast, but we're still just following the breath. Take a resting breath or two in down dog. We're gonna come back to the top of the mat and start from there. Now, inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or hop the feet forward. Inhale, take a half lift. Exhale, fold down deep. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Inhale, come through chair. Now, one breath per movement. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right leg into the air. Exhale, step it forward between the hands. Inhale, coming up, warrior one. Exhale, floating into warrior three. Inhale, open to half moon. Exhale, step back to warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse again. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Second side. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior three. We come to the balance. Inhale, half moon. Exhale, step it to two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog, hold and breathe. And if you need to take a child's pose here, you can always drop your knees to the floor and hips to the heels. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or hop the feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, take a half lift. Exhale, fold. Now coming back through chair. So bend the knees, sink the hips. Utkatasana. And then straighten the legs, come to standing. Let's keep the right toes pointing forward. We're going to step the left foot back wide. Keep the front leg straight. Let's go into triangle on the right. So front heel and back arch line up. Everything is level or like in one plane here. Arms out. Tuck your right hip. Reach through the right fingers. Reach long. Keep the sides of your body really long. And when you kind of get to the point where it's like, yeah, I can't go any further forward with the right fingers, drop the back of the hand to the inner shin. Take the top arm up. Press the feet into the floor. Look up. Breathe. Press the feet down. Float up. Let's take Prasarita Padottanasana. So parallel the feet, hands to your waist, lengthen the torso as you take a fold out over the legs here. Nice wide-legged forward fold. Fingertips to the floor, maybe palms to the floor, walking them between the feet. Let your head hang and then lean forward. Lift your quads, lean toward the balls of the feet. Engage the fronts of the legs, open the backs of the legs. Try not to bend the knees here. We don't want the knees locked, but we don't want to bend them just to get the head closer to the floor. Breathe. And then press the feet down, float up, nice and strong through the core. Let's go to triangle, other side. So now we can just pivot on the left heel to turn the left toes open. Arms out at shoulder height. We're going to tuck in the left hip, keep the sides of the body really, really long. Reach through the left fingers and then stack the shoulders, gaze up. Lean the head, lean the shoulders, lean the low ribs back. This top arm should be straight above the shoulder. So notice if you tend to drop your shoulder, sometimes people will like lift the arm and then the head of the shoulder really juts out of the socket. So try to keep everything integrated and long. And then float on up, come all the way up. Let's go ahead, step the feet together and take the knees to the floor. We're going to take a little inversion practice here. So either dolphin, we'll talk through one dolphin, but then I will give you an option if you want to take a headstand here. Just, a little bit of upside down in this short time we've got. Take the forearms to the floor, elbows under shoulders, interlaced fingers. So for dolphin, the head does not come down. Tuck your toes, lift your knees and hips, move the chest back. Breathe, press the forearms down. Now to get a little bit more inversion-y, let's take the right leg up. Reach through the toes. Push the forearms down. Head is not touching down on anything. Reach, and then toes to the floor, switch sides. Left leg up, up, up. Breathe. And then toes to the floor, knees to the floor. Let's let the hips go back to the heels here for a moment. Let the head come to the floor and rest. Okay, so let's either do another one just like that, or if you feel confident that you can practice a headstand either in the center of the room or by coming to a wall of some sort, please feel free. I'll talk through it very briefly, but if this is something brand new to you, probably best to try it for the first time when there's someone there who can spot you. So if you're not certain you can do a headstand on your own, go ahead and just take the dolphin, which is what we just did. If you're comfortable in headstand, interlace the fingers, same as before, elbows are still under shoulders, but now nestle the head up on the floor, but up into the hands. Let the head rest, not at the forehead, not on the top of the head, but between those 2 points. And then tuck toes, walk the feet in closer, so you're moving your hips over your shoulders, and then floating the legs up either one at a time or both, but try not to jump into a headstand. The head is on the floor, the neck is a little more vulnerable. Reach through the inner feet, press the forearms down, and breathe. About 5 breaths here. Now when you're ready to come down, if you're coming down from a headstand, counterbalance with the hips. Try to come down carefully, slowly. And it might be one leg at a time, or you can take them both down together. Practicing coming down with control is going to help to build the ability to go up with control. So that's always something to work on. Let's go ahead and take another child's pose, but this time stack the fists, place the forehead on top of the fists. And this is just a little more restorative for the neck after we put some weight on the neck from our headstand. Breathe. All right, so come on up. We're on our knees. We're going to go into camel pose, Ustrasana for our back bend today. So let's go ahead and tuck the toes behind us so that we've got, the heels are a little higher that way. Take your hands behind your hips, lift your heart, shoulder blades plug on in, and then you're either keeping your chin in or head back and maybe reaching for the heels. If they're just not within your grasp, take your hands back to your waist, right? Try to keep your hips over your knees. Maybe, again, if that head's falling back, it's hard to talk. And when you're ready to come up, support your waist with your hands. Come up slow, head comes up last if it was back. Sit back on those tucked toes, get a little stretch for the feet. And then come on up. We're going to do just one more here. So maybe this time extend the toes. Now the heels are further away, so we have the option to reach for them if they're accessible, or just keep the hands on the waist, which I'm going to do here. Chin in or head back. Breathe. Press the shins and ankles toward the floor and press your pelvis toward the front of your mat. Breathe. One more breath. Come up carefully, head up last. Let's drop to the left hip. So we're going to do a little twist between back bends and forward folds. Step the right leg over the left. Get your sit bones both down. And then take your left arm around the right knee, or you can take it past and turn to the right. Turn over your shoulder, twisting at the waist here. As you draw your right shoulder back, think about moving your right hip forward so we really get that sense of ringing. Other side. Let's switch it around. So the right leg goes under, the left leg goes over. Now, if it's hard for you to actually get that left leg over, you could just take the right leg straight underneath you. Sometimes it's a little easier to get the sit bones down and the sole of the left foot flat. Wrap the right arm around the left knee, or take the elbow outside of the knee. Turn back over your left shoulder and breathe. And then unwind, come back to center. And the last thing we'll do today is just a little forward folding. So take the right leg out in front of you. Tuck the sole of the left foot in for Janu Shirshasana. Flex your right foot, tone up your right quad, angle your body towards that right leg, and start to fold down over it. Now, if your foot is really accessible, it's fine if you grab for it, but don't strain for it. We want the arms to be pretty relaxed and the upper body to let go. The leg is toned, but the upper body is soft and just giving in to gravity as it's able. The shape of this pose will look a little different for everyone, so don't worry. If you're way up here but you feel like you're getting a stretch for the hamstring, you're fine. You're where you need to be. This right knee is straight, but it doesn't have to be locked. So for you, if you need to have a tiny bend in that knee, it's okay. So the goal is straight, but it's not a hard and fast rule. We're looking for a stretch, not a specific shape. 2 more breaths here. And then come on up carefully. And let's do side number 2. So left leg out, sole of the right foot in. Angle yourself towards your left foot and start to fold down and breathe. So forward folds are generally done in a practice after back bends. They are officially counter poses to back bends. But also at the end of class, because they tend to be a little more calming. We can focus ourselves inward a little bit, so maybe even close your eyes here as you continue to breathe. And then slowly come on up and let's cross the legs. So I encourage you, if you have an extra moment or two, to come to your mat, lay out flat, and take a short Shavasana. But I'm going to close with you from this seated position. Palms together in front of the heart. Close the eyes for a moment. Tune into your breath. The light in me recognizes and honors the light in you wherever you are. Thank you so much for practicing from home with me today. Namaste.